this is what we all feel. Let's just not deny it. Something pulls and it tears in the deepest place. This is what we all know. Why must we still fight it? It's time to open our eyes and acknowledge the writing on the wall.
Guys, today's video is about one of my favorite topics, and that is cattle. I love my cows, I love cattle, I love breeding cattle, and just kind of like I like improving the soil, I love improving the breed, specifically Red Angus cattle. And so I have a vision for the type of cattle that we want. Moderate framed females that are fertile and functional, meaning that they have great udders and great feet and are going to stay in your herd for a really long time. Ribeye, marbling, those things are important to me as well, but the main focus of what we do is having functional females. So today I want to talk about something that's really important with having functional females, and that is preg checking and making sure that your herd is as fertile as possible. So the first thing I want to talk about is fertility as it pertains to a seed stock provider like myself. So we saw some people that we really respected, the Mush Rushes and Bruce and Tina Ketchum. They're with Milk Creek, Red Angus up in Montana. Those two breeders had a huge influence on us as they have a shorter calving window. So what I learned from them is that when you have a shorter calving window, then you're able to find out which females are the most fertile females. And so that's something that we went to early on. So I think it was 4 years ago, actually. Yeah, so we had 2 years of a 45-day calving window. And this is our third year of being on a 50-day calving window. So 5 total years, actually. Yeah, 2 years of 45-day calving window, and now this is our third year of having a 50-day calving window. That's important for a seed stock breeder because, in my opinion, when you have that shorter calving window, you're getting rid of the females that aren't quite as fertile, and you're making sure that you're having the females in your herd that are the most functional, so that you're providing for your customers the most fertile animals that you could be providing. Yeah, you're going to have situations where you have an awesome female, she gets foot rot or something happens over the summer, and typically she's a good producer and she's extremely fertile. But at the end of the day, you are committed to and accountable to the people who are buying bulls from you to make sure that you're producing females that are as fertile as possible. So that is why we're currently on a 50-day calving window, because I want to make sure that we're producing females that are extremely functional and fertile. So we preg check to make sure that those females are bred, and we're not running those females open all winter long. And that's the reason why we have a shorter calving window, and that's the reason why we preg check as seed stock providers. Here's where the benefit comes in for the commercial cattlemen. So let's say, for simple math purposes, you have 150 cows. When we first started, we had commercial cows, and this is how I treated our commercial operation. So when we had cut down to that shorter calving window, I had about as many commercial cows as we did registered cows. And so when you have your commercial cows and you treat them the same way and you really push them, you're getting the same benefit of having an extremely fertile herd. You're getting rid of the ones that aren't quite as fertile. And then you're also saving yourself the money by not running an open cow. If you think of the value, so for us, we rent Young Red Angus is the entity owned by my dad and I. Young and Son is the farming side of it. So Young Red Angus doesn't own any farm ground. Young Red Angus rents the ground from Young and Son. So Young and Son plants a cover crop. We pay a per head rent on our cows. So it's $1 per head per day to run those cows. So if we have 150 cows and 10% of them are open, then that's 15 head. So if you don't preg check and you run 15 cows 9 months, and you find out in 9 months, oh, these 15 head aren't actually bred, they never calved, then you just spent $4,000 in those 9 months in feeding them, or at least we would. I don't know what your costs are, but if that's close to what your costs are, is that dollar amount, then you just spent $4,000 on those cows. If you preg checked all of your cows, and it should be costing you less than $7. Our cost with mileage ends up being right around $7 per head, but for the sake of argument, let's just say it's $10 per head. If it's $10 a head for you to preg check your cows, it costs you $1,500 to preg check everything. Look at the savings that you just had, and you're protecting your hay or your grass or your corn stalks because you're running those less head during that time, and you get the benefit of not running extra cows that are open. So in my opinion, if you're the commercial cattleman, you really, really want to be being efficient and not running those cattle all winter long. So take them immediately to the sale barn, or if you want to increase the value on them, put them back with a bull, and let's say that second go round, for simple numbers, of that 10 or of that 15, you got 10 of them bred. List those 10 on Big Iron. Has been doing auctions, so you just call your rep from Big Iron and call Big Iron and say, hey, we have 10 cows, and make sure people know, hey, they didn't get bred on that first 45-day calving window. They got bred on the second 45-day calving window, and now they're fall calvers. We've done that and been able to sell cows for a great price, selling bred females, and being honest and saying, hey, they missed on our 45-day window, but they hit on the second 45-day window. So those are all ways as a commercial cattleman that you can be increasing your revenue off your herd while increasing fertility just by preg checking your cows. Guys, if there's something that I forgot about the importance of preg checking your cattle, and you want to bring that up, put it in the comments below. If you think I'm crazy and the typical commercial cattleman doesn't need to preg check their cows, put that in the comments below as well. We'll get some good debate and discussions going. If you want to know more about our program, you can click on this video right here to see what we're all about, or you can go to youngredangus.com and check us out there. Thanks for watching today's video, and remember, the best cattle are young red Angus cattle.
And this is what we all feel, let's just not deny it.